All right, we're gonna shoot for it. New mic, new setup type thing. We're gonna test it out. So I read. What did I read? I read "The Stress of Her Regard" by Tim Powers. To be honest, I did not care for it at all. I get it. He he tried to characterize some famous poets and writers, and that was kind of cool. That was kind of unique. And the story opens up. I really liked that. The essentially the premise is uh, a guy by the name of Crawford. His wife passes away. It's been some time now, and he's trying to remarry a young lady. Uh, and it starts out kind of mysterious, right? Like he takes his wedding ring off to a statue, goes back for it, it's not there, and then he ends up marrying this girl. And to his surprise, the following morning after they're married, she is brutally murdered to death. And you're kind of like, what is going on? And that's kind of the hook. And it does hook you. But for some reason, and I don't know how long this book is, I read it on Kindle, but it felt like 800 pages. It felt like there was some slog going on. And this is the first Tim Powers book that I've ever read. So I don't know if this was just a thing. I just don't know. Maybe in the future I'll try another one of his books, but I don't. This just did not click with me. There were parts I really liked. There were parts. So the problem is around, and I know this because I was on Kindle, around the 62% mark, wherever that was. I hit a wall. Just couldn't, just wasn't vibing with me anymore. I just kind of wanted it to be done and over with. I wanted the point to just hurry up and get here, and I just kind of wanted it to move on, but it didn't at all. So, I mean, the his writing style is cool. It's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I think the book was good. I like how I actually liked how it wrapped up. You get an idea of what happens to the protagonist, and it wraps itself up in a nice little bow. That's kind of nice, but overall, I don't know. This book just did not hit home for me, and there were part like it makes sense, right? Like at one point, he's like, "Oh, everyone thinks that I killed this woman. This is now the second wife I've had that has died, and now I have to flee for my life, and I have to try and prove my innocence." At some point, he's like, "Well, that's no. There's something much bigger going on here." Um, with vampires and stuff, and then he gets tied in with your other cast character. Like I said, the characters that are all named after famous writers, poets. That's cool. That's unique. It's a choice. It doesn't really affect the story. He could have probably renamed them anything, and it still would have made the story work the exact same. But it didn't really bother me. It didn't really throw me off. Again, I think this book is again, and again, this is a sign of the times. Like, right, I think this book was written in the late '80s, so uh, it's, and it is what it is. I think he was going for I think he was going for something that at his for his time probably modernized or was like a renaissance type of a nostalgic type of thing for the old classic horror movies, or excuse me, horror books, well, maybe movies too. I don't know. Again, it just didn't jive with me. But all right, that's about all I got to say. Deuces.